Good morning, welcome back to SocaScents, where Soca and fragrances are life. Let me go. Now, Tabac Rose. So much to say, but I'll try to make it short. Let's go, man. The initial spray for Tabac Rose, you get sweetness and a bit of freshness. So sweet and fresh. That sweetness is coming from the plum. Now, I know I don't talk about notes, but as soon as I sprayed this on, I knew it had plum in it. So I did research plum. Before I did the research, and when I sprayed it on, I thought it was either fig or plum. And to me, fig and plum, and to me, smells the same. Now, the reason why I knew it was plum was I had a scent, I had a fragrance. Man, I forgot what it was called. I had it, and it was straight plum. The fragrance is called Fico di Amalfi. Okay, that first initial spray, I just got straight plum, sweetness, florals, freshness from Fico di Amalfi. Now, the best thing about this scent is the dry down. That sweetness, it comes down. It comes way down. All right, and this is where the rose comes in, and it's not a feminine rose. So I don't want to say masculine. I don't want to say, because this is a unisex scent, but I believe the rose leans a bit masculine to me. The rose, and there's chocolate, and it's so funny because, again, before I did the search, I wore it for a full day, and I wanted to just feel it, to really experience it on my own. And that dried on. I knew I smelled chocolate because of one scent that I had that I love, and that's Tom Ford Black Orchid. Now, even though it's not chocolate, it does have truffle, and truffle to me it's chocolate. Okay, and it gives off that chocolate vibe, and Tabac Rose has a bit of that vibe, that chocolate vibe, creamy and smooth. So good. So good. And then towards the base, the end of the scent, it gets very creamy, and the rose is still there. The rose is still kicking. It's there. The scent just really gets creamy, warm, spicy, and smooth. The sillage makes Tabac Rose. Because if you try to smell, when you smell from nose to skin, it's a complete different scent from when you are walking around and the wind is making the scent travel. It's a different scent. From nose to skin in the dry down, you get warm, spicy, gourmand nature. But in the wind, it's more creamy, smooth, a creamy smoothness. And that rose just makes you feel good. Yes. That dry down makes the scent. That sillage makes the scent. The whiffs you get is so beautiful, and those around you are going to just want to lean in. Positive feedback from this? Yes, guaranteed. Positive feedback. Highly recommend Tabac Rose. Fellas, if you're on the fence between Rose, Tabac Rose, I believe you will enjoy Tabac Rose. The initial spray, you have to get past that, but with time, you will start to get used to it and appreciate it. It's a bit sweet, a bit fresh, but after that sweetness, a floral vibe, that goes away. I promise you that goes away, and it gets spicy, warm, chocolatey. But the chocolate isn't too much. It just gives it a nice backbone. Okay, it stands it up nice. All right, And when it gets more, when time prolongs more, it gets creamy, and that rose is still there, a masculine rose. You will, fellas, believe me, you're gonna like Tabac rose. Trust and believe. Now, if you're still on the fence with rose, I'm gonna recommend 2 fragrances that that made me fall in love with rose. One of them that made me fall in love with rose, YSL L'Homme Ultime. Alright, and I put a dent in this. As you can see, this is my baby. Masculine rose. I'm telling all you, just believe me now. Get a sample, or you can get a full bottle, because I believe this continues. If you see it, pick it up. I'm telling all you, pick it up. This is good. That rose is beautiful. The next scent, Cartier Declaration d'un Soir. Beautiful rose as well. Masculine rose, spicy, just like Tabac rose. Spicy, creamy, and that rose just sits well on you. The only difference between Tabac rose and Cartier is that Tabac rose has that plum that gives it a little bit of sweetness. Again, in the initial is sweet and florally, but it comes down, but that sweetness is still there, but it's not too much. It makes it blends very well. Okay, so you have 3 fragrances with rose that I highly recommend for men. Pick up Tabac rose, you will not be disappointed. I tell you. All right, and thank you for tuning in to SocaScents, where Soca and fragrances are life. We are gonna be back next week, either next week Sunday or Saturday. So just stay locked in. All right, thank you. So please like, comment, and subscribe. We will vibe again soon. Blessings.